everybody. I just had to start it without Scott. I'm very sorry. It was my fault. It took a few seconds to get going. How are you all? It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen you. We've been doing lots of different things music-wise. So let us know in the comments where you've been, what you've seen. I know quite a few of you are heading to Groundwater on the weekend, and I'm really, really sad because I'm not going to be there. I'm hoping that I will get there next year, that's for sure, but I'm really wanting to see all your videos and all your pictures. So please send them through. If you want us to put them on the page, we can. Just let us know in the message when you send it. Yeah, so we've got Josh joining us tonight. He's going to have a chat to us about what he's got coming up. I know he's got quite a few shows coming, actually, and lots of music. So we might welcome him into the room and we'll get your questions ready for us. Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
How are you? It's been
I'm good. Yeah, I'm doing really good. It's been a while since we've done this, which is crazy. So, yeah.
Have we done one? Did we do one just before your Brisbane show, or was it after? It was just after, wasn't it?
Might have been just after, before we went over to Canada, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm still not over that show. That was fantastic.
It was fun. Yeah, no, we actually yesterday, I think, uploaded a video from the Brisbane show, which is just the intro and Life Ain't So Bad. And we kind of put it together like DVD type thing, and it's cool. It's cool to have it out. I've been wanting to put it out for a little while, so yeah.
I watched that and I was just, I know where I was sitting when that happened, and I was doing this when that happened. It was great fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
So wild. The crowd, it was just so much fun. So good.
Sorry, I froze there for a minute.
You did for a second, but we've got you back.
Yeah, we're good.
So life since then, what have you been doing?
Honestly, a lot of writing and recording, because we obviously have a new EP coming. So very excited about that. And it's that's kind of where I've been putting my heart into at the moment, doing like all the backing visual screens as we spoke about. And it's funny because sometimes like an artist can go like pretty quiet from what people see, but stuff in the background is just going crazy. So we've been absolutely flat out. Yeah.
Yeah. I always find that when artists are quiet, it's actually worse.
Yeah, I know, right? People are like, oh, you haven't done anything in a while. So man, I've not been stopping.
No, I've been working harder than ever.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit, though, some of the songs that you've been writing. Are they some of the ones that you're releasing now? Or are these ones?
Yeah, so it's pretty much, we did a couple actually pretty last minute to put on this EP. Because there was we have a bunch of songs ready to go, but there's the ones that we chose for the EP are like, I'm really proud of them, like they're pretty no, I wouldn't say new for me. Well, yeah, they are actually, really, because we're kind of pushing boundaries in a little bit. Obviously, with this new song, Burning Gas, as well, it's kind of, there's nothing really like it in Australia at the moment. And even over in the States, like, it's touching on it, like Hardy's doing a little bit heavy country kind of thing. And, Lakeview guys are doing it as well. But it's not really enough of a thing yet to be a thing as such. But don't worry, not all the songs are going to be heavy. The next one we got coming out is kind of a mix of both. It's the one we just announced called What We Had When We Had It. And it's probably one of my favorite songs I've written, and I wrote it with my friend Craig Brooks over in Canada, who's pretty much my main go-to guy. And the song's kind of about, the new song coming out on Friday is kind of about, it's kind of about missing. It sounds old when I say it, like I sound like an old man, but
but how good is it?
Yeah, I know. I've hit that age, like I get off my lawn age. No, the song's kind of about, like, I grew up in the 90s, and I feel like the life was completely different back then. And I know everyone says that when they hit a certain age, but I've had a lot of people, like, I even spoke to my mum about it, and I just said, was the 90s like really that different, like, compared to everything nowadays? Even the early 2000s, I feel like 2010 it kind of, I feel like 2010 it kind of hit something and just changed. Maybe it was the start of the iPhone. I don't know.
Maybe we just grew up and realized that.
Yeah, like Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs, they all ruined the world with technology. But whatever. Right. I don't know. It just like I said, I spoke to my mom about it, and she said no, it was just a different time. I feel like it's before. I don't know. I just miss that. I miss going to the video store and picking out a movie, and I miss sleeping bags in the living room with your friends and stuff like that. Like, I feel like a lot of people just, it's all FaceTime stuff right now. Like, something like this wouldn't have happened. But I love this. Like, this is what I think technology worked for. But, like, the face-to-face thing it's just, it's something else. And like, you know what? Everyone says like, oh, I missed the video store and shit like that. But if Netflix died and you had to go back to the video store, you would hate it. Like, I would be like, I don't want to go all the way there. Like, but,
how many times did you go there and argue over what video you're going to get?
right. I have a question for you. Actually, were you a get a weeklies person, or will you get like the new release?
Oh, see, I was probably leaning toward the weeklies, depending if it was a really specific. Like if there was really a movie I was waiting for, then it would be a new release. But if you get it for a whole week, you can watch it over and over again. Value for money.
I never wanted to give him back, so I couldn't do it overnight.
Yeah, no, and I mean when I did, they didn't ever get taken back the next day.
Yeah. No, yeah, you just get the overdrawn fees. Yeah.
And then if
that's where they made their money.
If you got the overdraw fee, I would deliberately not rewind it. That was my.
You're that person. That's fine. That's fine. But I mean, at the moment, like the single at the moment is Burning Gas. Like I said, this one hasn't come out, but I'm so excited for it to come out. But Burning Gas is like, we kind of, with that one, I know it shocked a lot of people. But the people that really know me, it didn't really shock, I feel. Like they kind of knew that, like if they've seen me live, like I do a bit of heavy stuff live in the set. And, you know, just we just wanted to kind of do something fresh and do something that hadn't been done. And it's really funny. They say that when people don't like new stuff, and it's true because I got smashed with hate on Instagram. Well, like really? Two of my Burning Gas reels kind of hit an algorithm and went like mini viral. Not viral, like I'm talking like 20, 30,000 hits. And the people hated it. It was wild. Like all my fans saw it and they loved it, but like so many people just going, they're like, this sucks. Delete this. Whatever, bro.
It sucks, and that's why people watch it. It just makes people click on it. It works for me.
Yeah. You know what? Hate drives things, and it's really funny because over the years, I think back. You know, like I hate as such. Like I think do what you want, but a lot of my favorite bands I've found through people hating. Like back in my punk days, I had a guy and he was like, "Man, I absolutely hate this band. They suck." And I was like, "Oh, show me." And I listened to it. I'm like, "I love that dude." Like,
yeah, I don't know if that's an industry thing because I will do that if I see somebody being picked up. I'm like, "Why?" And no. Maybe it's just no, we're going to support them. They're going to get there.
I don't know.
But when I heard the song, it didn't surprise me. A couple of weeks ago, and I don't know if it was last weekend, the weekend before that, or the one before that, to be honest. But I remember talking to someone about you coming down here, and when I was asked to explain what you and your style was, you know, give me some examples. I'm like, he's Josh. His own style, and that's why he's so good because you don't fit in a box. And you don't want to fit in a box.
Josh Setterfield is a genre.
That's what sets you apart. And that's why you've got to where you are, because you are not afraid to do what you want to do.
Yeah, I've always kind of been like that, I guess. Like my mom came around today. I'm just talking about my mom this whole thing, but hey mom. She came around today and I was actually talking about that, just how I kind of grew up. You know, I've always done what I want to do. And it reflects in music as well. You know, like I've kind of grown up liking what I like, and I don't care if people don't like it. Like in the 90s, I was a huge Backstreet Boys fan. I'm still a huge Backstreet Boys fan. But you know what I mean? Like I didn't care if people thought, oh, that's lame. Like I just like what I want to like. It's kind of the same with music. You know, I like make the music I want. And if people don't like it, then you know,
they don't have to. Yep. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Others do.
Exactly.
There's lots of people popping in. So before we keep going, might say a quick hi to everyone. Thank you, girl, watching from YouTube. Hi.
Well, on YouTube, cool. Because you're across a lot of them here. Jan, I can see the names popping up.
Lots. Here we go. Can't wait for Friday, the new song, Miss the 90s.
Oh, my heart. Yes, I know. So do I.
Chris has popped in to say hi. Belle is jumped in.
These people watching good. Awesome.
Darren, who's going to Groundwater. I was talking to him this week, and I'm really jealous. That's where I met Darren. We met Darren at Groundwater, and I reckon Yep.
I met a lot of people I know at Groundwater as well. It's great. It's a great little festival. Yeah.
And Dana, hi.
Oh, the boss is here to make sure I don't say anything stupid. Yeah.
That's
Give any more away.
Patient with you. Tell us a little bit about those. Burning, we're just talking about your current single. What have you got coming on Friday? Tell us about everything that's Friday, and then I want to hear about the EP.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. So the new song is that one I was talking about, the 90s one. That's the one we're dropping next. That's on Friday. Playing it at Groundwater on Saturday, which is cool for the first time. And
Yes.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, I didn't really explain it. I just said I missed the 90s all of a sudden and then trailed off in my ADHD brain. The new song, yeah, it's called What We Had When We Had It, and it's up on Spotify now if you want to pre-save it and all that kind of stuff. So is the entire EP. You can check out all the songs that are on it. But yeah, the new song is kind of just kind of reminiscent of those days, and just how it's crazy how, when you think about it, you know, that world doesn't exist anymore. Whether you're like from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even to early 2000s, like that world has just disappeared, you know, and you can't go back no matter what. And it hurts me, you know, it hurts my heart. And that's because I'm such a nostalgic person. Like I could walk past like a secondhand store window and see like, I don't know, a toy from the 90s and just be like, oh, and a majority of the time we'll go in and buy it, even if it costs way too much money.
Yes.
But
Do you still have a VHS? Can you still play to tape? Have you still got a VHS?
Believe it or not, I have a wall in my arcade, which is just on the other side of this wall, which is the whole wall is VHS tapes, and I don't own a VHS player anymore. What's wrong with that?
You can have one. You can have one. I've got two. You can have one of mine.
Yeah, no, mine died, and that was it. I just kind of, yeah. So it's wild. Yeah. Now, yeah, I mean, I feel really bad now.
Really, I've got so many tapes, and I've got them on DVD and on streaming platforms, and I still watch the tape.
Yeah.
And I still have to rewind it. And you can't skip to the scene you want to skip to.
But it's so nostalgic. And I love when there's just a bit of crackle on the screen with it just adds to the flavor. It's like listening to a record, you know, it's alive. It's a thing. It's not just a button you press and it's a digital,
Oh, Danny's just popped in the comments. He's going, Greta, I knew that. I'm really jealous of you too. You have to send us lots of videos. Mathina just popped in and they said that they can't wait for the big jam. And I have got a whole slide here for that.
We are so excited for this one. I know, and I'm not just saying this because we're going to plug Mathina right now, but it is one of my absolute favorite places to play. It has been since the first time we were there, and it's it's one of those vibes that I feel like you don't get anywhere else. You know, like I've played a couple places around Tassie now, and Mathina for some reason just has this vibe where it's just like all your problems out the door, and it's a vibe. Yeah, I'm for it.
It is, isn't it? It's it's a different one, and everybody around Australia. I don't know how many places that I've gone to, and especially at your show actually. Earlier this year. Oh, have you been to Mathina if you're from Tassie? Yes, I've been there. But everybody knows about it. So it's got such a great name. You need to get your tickets. If you didn't get that QR code while we were putting it on the screen, you can, I was going to say rewind, but you can't rewind. You can skip back.
Not a VHS.
Not a VHS. And you can scan the code. The link is in the comments as well, or send us a message we can send it through to you.
And if you are down in Tassie, make sure you come along to this thing. I know, even if you haven't before, because I feel like the first experience of it is really great as well. Like our first time kind of blew us away. Like when you see videos of it, it's a truck in the middle of a closed off street, and there's a band on it, and it's outside a pub. Like it's crazy. There's not many people in this town. They all kind of come in from everywhere, and it's hard to explain, but it's just something that you will remember and will love and will enjoy. Like it's nothing like huge and flash kind of thing, you know. It's just it's just real. It's just music and people and a great time. And like I said, like I played around Tassie. It's great. I love coming down there, but for some reason, Mathina is always not a trophy. Is a highlight. It's always a highlight for us.
And the last time you were down here, or the time before, I'm not sure. My brain's not that good anymore. You did a lot of filming when you released the Josh Setterfield TV episode last time you were down here.
That has come out. We have released that. It took me a while. I'm so behind on the JSTVs. It's crazy.
It's such a lot of work.
Yeah, it's heck crazy because I do all the video work myself. Like I do everything. So. And I think that's why, like, we were going to outsource and get more people to do it, but people like the way that it's edited, and I'm like, yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
So the Tassie one did come out. It is episode 1 of season 2. So
I actually what I might do after we finish, I might put that in the comments as well if people are looking for the link. Pop that in the comments.
There are more coming.
I can't promise that it's all G-rated, because if I know you.
Oh no, it's JS rated. We don't know what to rate it. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you do that when you put your videos up on YouTube? And it's like, is it safe for this age? We've got to say no now.
Well, there's a warning thing, and it tells you what's going to be in there. And majority of the time, it'll be like coarse language, probably alcohol use, and I don't know, frogs or some shit. So yeah, whatever.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Belle has popped a comment here too. What has she said? She's looking forward to the Wangaratta Festival. I shouldn't have had that port earlier, should I? I can't wait to spend my birthday with you.
It's our first time down there, actually. I've never been there, but keen to hang at the Wang, as people call it, and I think that's the Adam and Brooke thing, but but I'm keen to hang in the Wang, you know. So yeah. Hang out with your Wang out. No, I'm not going to say that again. Let's move on.
Again, with the Josh Setterfield TV, we have to now seek nudity. It's all there. Tell us a little bit though, Josh. You've got a EP coming out on. I hope I'm right here. 15th of November. You know
more dates than me, honestly. I'm the worst. I always come into interviews and they say, "So what date's this on?" I Google it.
Sometime this year. Yeah. It'll be this year. Yeah. So tell us about it. I love the whole title thing, the play with the words from Rise. I really like that. Very you.
Yes. So yeah, Rise was the first one. Fall is the next one, and Fall. So like I said before, I'm really proud of the tracks that are on it. So we got what we had coming out, and then after that, we will have. I don't know if I can explain that to you just yet. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. No, we've got another song coming. We got another song coming. I will tell you. I won't tell you all of it, but everyone might be able to figure it out. We've got a song coming after that, which is going to be the main single of the EP, and basically it's a follow-on from two of my other songs. So it's kind of like a continuation. So I'm really excited to put that out because I love that creative aspect of doing that kind of thing. You know, like I'm really love like creating like a story and stuff. So it's that's really cool. And we also have another song so on the first one we brought back one of my old songs, which was Feel in Love, which is a fan favorite, and a lot of people are mad at me because we took Hometown off the internet, but the reason is because it's been re-recorded and it's actually coming back with a brand new version. There's strings and everything through it at the end, and it's recorded like so. The first version that people loved was actually recorded in my bedroom, which was on like the demo tapes.
I remember.
And that's the one that's out at the moment. Like the videos, the video is like still there and stuff like that. But the new version is kind of like it's been professionally recorded in a studio over in Canada, and we haven't changed it too much, so it's not like anyone who loved the original is going to hate the new one, like that kind of thing. Like we changed Feel in Love quite a bit. But this one of Hometown, it's recorded properly, and because now that I'm like I've been in country for a long time and I have a bit more of a twang in my voice, like it has a bit more of that in it, because the first one I just sounded like a punk kid singing on an acoustic. Like
how hard that transition for you must have been. So hard because it's a very different style. Was that something you had to
not really. Not really back in the day when I made that transition. That's what you mean, right? When I went to the punk to the country. Yeah,
that would have been quite different.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't because a lot of people wouldn't have known back in the day. But I used to listen to country all the time. Like I used to listen to Keith Urban was my go-to when I was in the punk bands. Like I used to put it on in the tour van back in the day, and they used to be like, "Bro, can you turn this shit off?" But no, exactly. I loved it. But it's just slowly, started to go into it. So it kind of was a natural thing for me because I was actually talking to my manager about this today when we had a meeting today on the phone, and we were just talking about how I came into country, and it wasn't really something I tried to do. Because my band broke up, and I was like, man, I'm just going to do what I love, and I just gave country a go, and I honestly, I'm blown away to where I am right now, because I didn't expect to get this far in country music. I wasn't even going to, attempt it. I just came in and, was like, I'm just going to record a country demo for fun, and I loved it. We put out 7 songs, and then a radio station picked it up, which was Planet Country, back when they were going, and they flogged it and they loved it, and they said, "Oh, you're like pretty much Australia's only version of like Thomas Rhett type thing." And I'm like, okay, people like this. I'm like, well, I mean, I want to do it. I just didn't think anyone would take me seriously, and some people still don't. But man, I would never go back. I absolutely love it, and I just feel so at home, and I love the people in around country music, and it's home to me now. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'll never forget the first show that we ever did together. We spoke about that final point where you went, I'm going to do it, was when you saw Troy Daly, just a random meet in the airport. I'll never forget that. Like, sometimes it just happens at the right time to make it.
I don't know if I told you, but I actually told him that story last time I saw him. And it was, believe it or not, it was at an airport. And I think it might have even been, no, it was Brisbane. It was Brisbane Airport. But it was he was blown away. He was like, oh wow, okay. And just as he said that, I was like, man, like meeting you that day was like a sign. And as we turn around, his guitar falls off the conveyor belt and hits the ground, and like in a case. And he just goes, and that's a sign that I needed a new guitar. And I'm like, and back to reality. So, yeah.
I love that. He's such a nice guy. Such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he helps so many new artists too.
He does, and he's one of those greats that I'll always have so much respect for.
Yeah, absolutely. And he never releases a bad song. He doesn't know what a bad song is. You can't go wrong. There is while we're still talking about your upcoming EP,
there it is.
Here, if you scan that link, you should be able to pre-save that one now. Pre-order the packs for the new album.
Yeah, we kind of put it up because when we ran Rise, we kind of did this thing where, as you can see there in the packs, like there's just the CD or there's the two, and the limited edition kind of comes with all this really cool stuff that you can only actually get when you pre-order the like EP and stuff like that. So it was kind of like you get like a poster and like this postcard thing, which is really cool, and it's some really cool stuff in there. This like lyric book. I don't think it's in this one. This is just a copy of Rise. I've got sit on my desk, but there's there's like this fold out collectible. Yeah, the lyric book and stuff like that.
The lyric book. I'm done. Like, I have to buy it.
Well, what's cool is like because CDs aren't really so much of a thing as much anymore. They're kind of just a collectible thing. And back in the day, they used to come with the books that you open up and it's got all the lyrics through it and stuff like that. So we kind of, I mean, maybe it's just me being nostalgic, but I love doing that kind of thing. And it's got all this like high quality printed like pictures and cool stuff. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, we're doing that. And pretty much the only way you can get a Rise one at the moment is by doing the pre-order of the both, because we've only got a couple left. It's very limited stock left, but there was a couple left over from the last pre-order we did. So it's I'm excited as hell to release this, and it's loving it.
It's
really.
It feels like it's been forever coming. I suppose, knowing how long you've been working towards this and how much overcome to get these things out. It's really lovely to see it finally there.
And this one I feel is that we were supposed to have this out actually end of last year. Because everything, Rise came out end of last year, so this one was going to be like mid this year. But it's kind of with everything that we're doing, like it's just mainly my whole team is pretty much me and Dana, and we're kind of doing everything ourselves. Like she designed the cover art, and we actually took that cover art in my living room. Believe it or not, it wasn't actually a studio wall or anything like that. Like everything you see come from us is probably the two of us. We've just brought on a sound guy now at shows and stuff, but it was kind of everything's in house, and I like that. But it's getting to a point now where it's like we're doing so much and we're doing so many cool things. Yeah, we're doing so many cool things that it's kind of like we need to start bringing people on because we have so many jobs that it's like, so everything takes longer to get it out. So, but you know what? At the same time, we're passionate about it, and like we really everything we put out, we want to be quality. We don't want to like so many. I see so many artists nowadays just pumping stuff out, but they're just kind of pushing it out as quickly as they can to get as much as they. Yeah,
I think you've got to wait till you get that quality product released.
Exactly. Yeah, we're all about quality over quantity.
Oh, exactly. And you can go on, you can say hi to fans, you can pick guitar up, do a few songs while you're live, give them that while you're working to get that content correct.
Yeah, exactly. That's completely good. Yeah.
Danny said a vinyl Rise one side and Fall the other side would be fantastic. I like that.
I didn't even think about the split side. That's cool.
That is. I like.
I don't know. It's only. Oh well, I guess it would be 12 songs. Maybe we'll see how we go. It might be a special edition type thing or something.
Well, I'm just trying to think. A lot of the old records were only 6 on each side, weren't they? Or so 6 and 6, and some of them were 4 and 6 and 4. Yeah. Some of them were shorter. I've got lots here. Well, I will go through them tonight. Now I've said that, I can't not.
Would people buy a vinyl? I don't know. Like, if people are watching right now, right? Would you guys like be interested in vinyl? I've never even thought about doing that.
Tell us what you reckon. Vinyl's really big at the moment, and there's even some artists that have gone back to just your cassette tapes.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to do that. But no one can listen to it, but I'd love to do it.
You don't have a cassette player, right? Oh my goodness.
No, I have a cassette player. I do. I have a cassette and a CD player. I've got one. It's one of those like really old school ones. It's actually at the start of my Something You Just Might Like music video. It's like one of those really old ones that kids had in the 90s. In the early 2000s and shit. It's great. I love it.
Yes, yeah. I love that. Sharon said definitely. Danny said he would.
Yeah. 2006.
He just bought Taylor Moss Firecracker on vinyl.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Do you listen to it on vinyl, or you just use it as a collector's piece?
See, how do you go with that? Because from the music sense, I want to support the artist. I'll buy the album and I'll stream the music, so they get the streams every time I play it. Yeah. But I like to listen to the vinyl too.
Yeah. Well, it's so. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like what we were talking about before, like the video store and stuff like that. Like, Netflix is so easy, like, and Spotify is so easy to go and listen to stuff. So, like, I still buy the albums of big artists that I like, and not even big artists. Like, if there's a small artist that I like and I want to support them, like, do it, man, because it's a collector's thing, and one day it's going to disappear, and you're not going to get it anymore. Like, it is going to go eventually, and it's cool to kind of have that kind of, and then you could sell it on eBay and no, don't do that.
I mean, especially with yours on it, it'll have lots there. Melissa said, Team Setterfield rocks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I do listen to vinyl, but I do feel guilty. And sometimes I'll put my phone on silent and stream the music at the same time. So that's because I know that I want you guys to get as much out of it as you can. And that's really, that is something I really struggle to.
That's a good way to look at it as well. And you know, like, I know, like, I will touch on this actually, like, because I know the whole pre-save thing, it can be really overwhelming for a lot of people nowadays, because every artist is saying, hey, please pre-save, hey, please, you know, like, but I mean, that it does really help, especially this new version that we've just done where you can pre-save the whole album directly from Spotify. It basically tells them that you like stuff. And you know what? It even extends to, I'm going to even say this as well, because a lot of people ask me all the time how they can support me and help me, right? I'm going to say this on behalf of all artists, because this is something that a lot of artists are struggling with. I know the Wolf Brothers are struggling with it at the moment as well. Just like stuff getting seen online, all this algorithm stuff, right? Yes, sorry to go off telling a tangent here, but I really want to say this for people, because like, a way that you guys can help that is, like, we're getting squashed by the algorithm at the moment. If you're not like a viral video, you're not kind of popping up anymore. But one way that everyone can help, and it literally takes 2 seconds, is literally comment on something. Like when you like stuff nowadays, likes hardly mean as much anymore. If you comment on something, like, you can like and comment and share it, you know. Like, exactly. But it's crazy. Like, I put on my Snapchat story and I was just like, oh, like, hey guys, if you see this, if you see my stuff, please comment on it, because if you see something and you scroll past it, it actually tells Instagram you don't like it. Yeah. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible, because, like, even if they follow me, like, just me, for example, let's use me for example. Like, if someone follows me and they go, oh, I've seen him post that burning gas reel already, I'll just scroll past. That tells Instagram that you don't like it. And it's just like, but they do. It's just that they've seen it. It's like,
I know. Yeah. Exactly.
So hard, and this whole era is,
and I think that's why I sit up so late at night scrolling. Aside from the fact that you just can't stop. Like, just keep going. But you've got to. It's what we've got to do. Yep. We have to wrap it up. It's been half an hour already.
Oh my God, I talk so much.
We are so good at this. We're very good at talking. Make sure you go, and if you haven't already, and I know nearly everybody here has already listened to Burning Gas, but go over, have a listen to that. Yeah. Friday, new single coming out, then on the way, which you can pre-order, pre-save now. Scan the QR code. Josh is heading to Groundwater this weekend.
Yeah, we're actually we're going to put up a flyer with a lot of dates on it that we have coming up, so everyone can catch up to where we're going. Because it's not necessarily a tour, but it's just kind of where we're playing around. Oh, you've already done it. There you go. You're all across it. I'll post that.
You just do that. Yeah, you can have that. We'll send it. Thanks, Scott. Scott has done all this amazing work for us.
What a legend.
If you can get to one of Josh's shows, let us know. Tell us you're there. We want to see your photos. Send them through.
Yeah.
We want to share those moments with you. But if you are lucky enough to be here in Tassie, I will see you at the gig in Mathina, and I will hopefully.
I'll be there too, actually.
You're gonna head to that one? You're gonna watch?
Yeah, I think I might. Yeah.
I've heard that Josh guy goes all right on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, So if you are nearby, make sure you get in and say hi. Grab your tickets because it's the same as the scrolling. It's the same thing. We need to see sales to know that that's what you want us to do. If people are leaving it to the last minute, we don't know. And
it's hard, the world we live in.
So make sure you get tickets and let us know when you're at shows. We want to see you there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh. I know you're in a rush, so have a great
That's
evening.
okay. That's okay. I always have time to talk to you. You know that.
Always do. And I can't wait to see you set from Groundwater and see you in a few weeks. We'll do another show closer to your album.
Amazing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
thank you, everybody. We will see you Sunday. We've got another show coming on Sunday. We are smashed with shows. Sunday at 8 o'clock Tassie time, 7 o'clock Queensland time. And I'm sorry, I'm not very good with the whole of Australia. So press the subscribe and it will just tell you wherever time zone you're in.
Perfect.
And that'll be with James Blundell on Sunday night. So bring your questions and we will get to as many of them as we can. And I will get to the questions in the comments as the night goes on. Thank you so much, Josh. It's always a great time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you every time.
We will see you very soon. See you guys.